Hey folks, welcome back to my channel. Um, I'll be making a short video today on cars and apps. Not the kind of short that YouTube spams you with. And I hate that kind of short. I just mean a short video. Anyways, so cars have become fairly modern these days. Um, Tesla comes with an app on phone. Now, there are a couple of reasons why Tesla bundles an app on your phone. The foremost reason that people use it for is to figure out how much range the car has. In Tesla, the range can depend on the climatic temperatures outside, climatic conditions outside, sorry. So if it's cold, your range drops at 80% charge. And if it's hot, the range increases slight bit. Basic, battery mechanism here. There are some other things that the app does as well. So the car generally takes a lot of time to charge. So if you're not charging at Tesla supercharger, you're charging at a normal charge station in your apartment or in your office, there might be an instance where somebody unplugs your car and puts his car to charge. In that case, an app notification is sent on your phone telling that, hey, your car has been removed from charging before it was fully charged. And yeah, you can turn those notifications off and all of those things. Perfect. The third thing I noticed with the Tesla app was there was something called a summon mode. Now, I haven't particularly seen that uh, with my own eyes. I have seen it in YouTube videos that there's a button in the app called as summon, and if you click on summon, the car will automatically come out of the parking lot and come towards you wherever you are standing, maybe outside the shop, outside your office, whatever. Uh, it's a paid feature, uh, and the other thing is the sentry mode. If someone tries to break into your car, the camera gets activated and you can see it on your phone. So it makes sense because Tesla is a fairly modern car, and these use cases fit the app requirements. Now, what I am seeing is more traditional car manufacturers have started to copy Tesla, and it's not a bad thing. The entire industry runs on copy paste, but it sucks when a car manufacturer just copies the bad aspects of something and not the good aspects. So for example, one of my friend recently got a Toyota RAV4. Amazing car. Amazing car. It's not an electric car, it's a traditional petrol hybrid car. It's an amazing car. I also drive it at some point of time, and it's comfortable, takes me from point A to point B. It's perfect. However, that car also has an app, and and that app situation doesn't make sense to me. For example, the app is just useless in those traditional cars. You know, the all the use cases that I mentioned before, to check range on your car, if temperature goes up or down, the range will change. To check for battery percentage if somebody has plugged off your car or something. Those things technically do not apply to a traditional car. Traditional car has been around for a century, and they have developed the internal combustion engine so nicely, and it has advanced to a certain level that outside climatic fluctuations don't matter a lot. If it is snowing, the car will still go 100 miles. If it is hot, the car will still go 100 miles, or maybe like 95, 105 miles. So you don't need an app for that. However, what I'm seeing is all these traditional car manufacturers have started bundling apps with their car, and it's not a paid feature. Like, the price of that thing is built into your car, and that is just annoying to me. For example, my friend's app shows the current range, which seems redundant because the range does not change. Shows how much tank is full on the app, like if it's a half full or three-quarter full and all. And the other thing, it gives notification for service. Now, these two things, how much oil is left, how much petrol is left in the car, and how much range the car goes to, these are kind of constant in traditional car. Like, if I have filled the car with 10 gallons of petrol, the car will still have 10 gallons of petrol 2 days from now. So it doesn't make a sense to put that thing in the app. It's just redundant. Same with the mile. If my car goes 10 miles a gallon, and if I have 10 gallons of petrol in the car, then the car will go 100 miles a gallon. 100 miles. That's pretty simple. It won't change if it is snowing outside, if it is sunny outside, doesn't matter. So all the car manufacturers have started copying this, And it has gone to a point where they're just putting an app for the sake of putting an app. Uh, Service. Let's come to service now. In Tesla, you open the app and you book a service. And that's it. Nothing else is required. It will figure out your location, it will figure out everything, and it will tell you, hey, you know what, you can take this car here or something, whatever. And if it's a repair, like something has broken, like your headlight, somebody has crashed your door, they send a repair person to your house in a service van. Traditional car manufacturers have to still go to service centers for all the small things, like little small things. And if, for example, the app that my friend has on his phone, once a service notification pops up, it doesn't directly book the service or anything. You have to kind of manually book the service. It just gives the dealer's phone number and information from where you purchased the car, which again seems like very weird because my friend got his car in North Carolina, and then he moved his car from North Carolina to California because of work. And whenever he gets a service notification on his phone, he clicks it, and now it gives him the phone number and the address of his dealer in North Carolina. And which seems just weird. I mean, like, you're just putting feature for sake of putting features. It's not adding any value to your app. The final thing that I wanted to point out is all these car manufacturers have figured out that iPhones or these mobile ecosystem make a lot of money. So everybody wants to go into that app ecosystem environment kind of a thing. Like, they want your car to be a mobile app store where you can just pay for their services and pay for their experiences, which again is a sugar coated way of telling that they want more money from you. Example again, my friend's car uh, has a feature called as mobile hotspot. So it's managed by AT&T. So you go to AT&T website, and you put your car, whatever VIN number, or I think you can do it via app as well. That's why they have made an app around it, I feel. On the app you go, you can recharge your car with data packs, which is weird in this age because we carry phones in our pocket. But okay, let's continue. You can recharge your car with data pack, and later down the line, you can use your car as a Wi-Fi hotspot to share Wi-Fi, which again seems very bad idea because I already have a phone in my pocket. If I want to use something, I'll just switch on data. And it's not that the car Wi-Fi is cheaper than the data pack on your phone. No, it's almost as expensive or maybe a little bit expensive because AT&T is an expensive carrier provider. So now why should I pay $10 or $100 or whatever the amount is, depends if you're paying for a week, for a day, or for a week, or for a month, or for a year. Why should I pay extra money for a car Wi-Fi hotspot when I can just take out my phone and use normal data pack? Now, the other argument that some people would say is, hey, for places where you don't get network on your phone, maybe you can use your car's Wi-Fi hotspot. But I have an AT&T SIM card, and the car has an AT&T whatever trial or something, AT&T partnership. So if my phone is out of network, then I'm pretty sure that the car is also out of network. So that Wi-Fi thing is useless, honestly. And this is just one kind of a thing that car manufacturers are pushing. The other software as a service feature that I found, which actually was useful, was that if you're in a car crash or the car detects that, hey, the car has crashed, it automatically calls 911, gives your current location and everything, which is so useful. I was in a car accident last year. Thankfully, nothing happened to me and the other person in the car. But I soon realized that when the car hit me on the highway, the I was just coping up with the shock. And before I could even take out my phone, react, calm down, the car had already called the cops and the ambulance and gave the location, which seems like a good idea because what if the driver is unconscious in an accident? He cannot call the cops, he cannot call the ambulance. So it makes sense to have an app based model for cars. And also, yeah, that SOS calling feature is also a subscription service. I think it's $120 a year or maybe $100 a year. I actually don't know because I don't own a car, I drive my friend's car. So don't quote me on the price, but yeah, so you get the idea. So my problem is that the industry is copying the car industry. Even the traditional brands are copying things from Tesla and iPhone and other industry and other brands. but somehow are still making the experience worse. 100 years ago, cars were invented, approximately. And for about 90 years or 95 years, we did not have an app on the phone. Even Tesla did not have an app in the phone 10 years from now, like 10 years ago from now, like in the past. So why are you just forcing app on the consumers? Let them decide if they want it or if they don't want it. And yeah, that's the rant for today. It's actually not a rant, it's just my thought. And I have also seen that whatever new happens in the industry, automotive industry is like the last to catch on. So yeah, they are last to catch on these software as a service and all of these shenanigans, not realizing that their use case might not fit this use case. So I'm pretty sure 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line, you'll have some sort of a microtransaction in your car where they might just disable some features and you have to pay for it or something. One example that I found was one of my friend has a Tesla, and you know how your car has this thing where you can turn off, turn on AC, increase the fan size, increase the fan speed, decrease the fan speed, temperature, and everything. And in Tesla, it's not a hard button, it's something on the touch screen. So in the future, very well, they can just disable those functionalities. I'm not telling that they will disable those functionalities, but I'm just telling that it's a possibility. My friend got so annoyed with his Tesla because every 3 or 4 months when an software updates comes on Tesla, it changes the location of those buttons like temperature buttons, fan buttons, heated seat buttons, and all of these on the touchscreen console. Sometimes it's a knob, sometimes it's like a slider, sometimes it's plus minus button, sometimes it's horizontal, sometimes it's vertical. So he has actually gotten annoyed of, like, he loves his Tesla, but this thing annoys him so much that he told that whatever next car I buy, I'll make sure that it has actually physical buttons for heated, like temperature control and all of those things. Because when you're driving, you don't want to put your eyes on the cluster and figure out where these things are. It should be a part of the muscle memory. And all these other car manufacturers have started copying that. I was watching a car review recently where Cadillac, which is a very high luxury brand car, had a feature where you cannot open the glove box from without turning on the car. There is a button which is built inside the touch screen. Only when the car is on and you push that button on the touchscreen, or the right word would be tap that button on the touchscreen, the infotainment system of the car, then that glove box opens up. Now that makes me think that if everything is hidden behind a touchscreen and everything is now technically a software, um, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, basically you'll have to carry your credit card or your debit card or whatever, crypto wallet and all, to just microtransact and get your car from point A to point B. Like there might be a situation where 10 years from now, you buy a car, but you can only unlock 100 horsepower, and for extra 200 horsepower, you have to swipe your card. This is actually happening in some Mercedes model as well. I was reading some rumors, although it's not confirmed if that's how it's supposed to work. But yeah, this is the thing where the car industry is going into. And for people who don't want all those shenanigans, for people who are non-tech people, for people like me who just want car to take from point A to point B, this is actually a bad news. Because if these cars erode and everything becomes like a very high-tech software as a service thing, like it will be very confusing for obviously elderly generations, and that's true. But when 10 years from now, if I am going from my home to my office or my home to a hospital or any place, and my car just stops in the middle of the road and tells, hey, please pay $10 to unlock miles or something, I would be annoyed as fuck. Honestly speaking, that's not the kind of future and that's not the car I want to drive. So yeah, thank you for watching. Let me know your opinions in the comment, and also let me know how is my new camera setup. Catch you in the next video. Bye bye.